Hey kids, gather around because I have an exciting story to share with you today. Have you ever heard of a clever rabbit who outsmarted a hungry tiger? Well, if you haven't, you're in for a treat. So buckle up, because today I'm going to tell you an awesome story about just that. It's a tale of wit, bravery, and quick thinking. Once upon a time in a lush green forest lived a smart and quick-thinking rabbit named Robbie. Robbie was known throughout the forest for his cleverness and agility. One sunny morning, Robbie was hopping around looking for some tasty carrots. He loved the crunch and sweetness of fresh carrots, and he knew just where to find them. But little did he know, a fierce tiger named Tony was lurking nearby, hungry and ready to pounce. Tony had been watching Robbie for a while, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Tony the tiger spotted Robbie and thought, what a delicious meal this rabbit will make. His mouth watered at the thought of catching Robbie. He silently crept closer and closer, his eyes fixed on Robbie until he was right behind him. Tony was sure that he had Robbie this time. Just as Tony was about to leap, Robbie sensed danger. His ears twitched and he felt the ground vibrate slightly under Tony's weight. With his quick wits, Robbie turned around and said, "Oh, mighty Tony, why do you want to eat me? I'm just a small rabbit, not worth your time." Tony, taken aback by Robbie's words, puffed up his chest and said, "I am the strongest and fiercest tiger in this forest. I can catch and eat anything I want." Robbie, seeing his chance, continued, "If you are so strong, then surely you can move that big boulder over there. Only the mightiest of creatures can do that." Tony, now full of pride, replied, "Of course I can move it. Watch me." He was determined to prove his strength to Robbie. Robbie then pointed to a big, heavy boulder nearby and said, "There it is. If you can move that, I will believe you are the strongest." Tony, eager to show off, agreed and went to push the boulder. He dug his claws into the ground and pushed with all his might. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't budge it. The boulder was too heavy, even for a strong tiger like Tony. He huffed and puffed, but the rock stayed put. Tony was getting tired and frustrated. While Tony was struggling, Robbie quickly thought of a plan. He knew he had to act fast to escape. He said, "Tony, you must be tired. Why don't you take a rest and try again later? I'm sure you'll be able to move it after a short nap." Tony, exhausted from trying to move the rock, agreed and laid down to rest. He thought a nap would give him the strength he needed. As soon as Tony closed his eyes, Robbie quietly hopped away, disappearing into the forest. He was relieved to have outsmarted the tiger. When Tony woke up, he realized he'd been tricked. Robbie was nowhere to be seen, and the boulder was still in place. He was angry, but also a little impressed by Robbie's cleverness. He couldn't help but admire the rabbit's quick thinking. And so, kids, the moral of the story is sometimes brains are more powerful than brawn. It's not always the strongest who win, but the smartest. Being smart and thinking quickly can help you get out of tricky situations. Just like Robbie, you can use your wits to solve problems. So always remember to stay calm and think on your feet. You never know when your cleverness might save the day. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever used your cleverness to solve a problem? Maybe you found a creative way to finish your homework or helped a friend in need. Share your stories in the comments below. I would love to hear about the times you used your smarts to overcome a challenge, and don't forget to tell us how it made you feel. Did you feel proud, happy, or maybe even a little surprised by your own cleverness? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun stories. Bye for now. Keep being clever and creative.